Hey everyone, welcome to an episode of the Diamond Diaries, a podcast about women in baseball, hosted by a woman in baseball, yours truly, Chelsea Raymer. How are you? It's so nice
I'm
to meet
good.
you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to
Yes,
meet
oh my
you.
gosh, awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, of course. My pleasure.
I'm super excited. So I think I've been following your platform, Sox Addict, honestly, since I was in high school, which is so crazy.
Wow.
Thanks, I graduated like 10 years ago, but I remember
Oh, wow.
I've always like followed it and I've absolutely loved it. It's been one of my favorite platforms to follow. So I knew as soon as I started doing like a women in baseball podcast, I wanted to have you on because I know I love it.
Yay.
And then I know a lot of other people that love it. So I wanted to ask you how you built the platform and everything.
Yeah.
So just kind of to start, I would love to hear a little bit more background about you, about like where you're from and maybe how
Okay.
sports were part of your life before you started this platform.
Okay. I am from Texas and grew up there. When I was a teenager, I moved to New Mexico and I dated a guy that was a Red Sox fan. It was in the 90s. And it just stuck. I mean, it's like a sickness, honestly. And so that was it. I mean, I followed sports. I was more like watched a lot of football. I was a Cowboys fan back in the day. I don't really care about football at all anymore. Um, but at that time, I was really into that. And so just, like on Fever Pitch when it says became one of God's most pathetic creatures, a Red Sox fan. That's what happened. That's what happened to me.
Oh,
So,
that's
yep.
awesome. Did you have like
Yeah.
a favorite player when you started to be a Red Sox fan?
Um, Probably no more. Like that was
Yeah.
that was a definitely that. And it was harder to keep track of like how you can now with social media and all that, like finding news and stuff. I'd have to, talk to friends or he would tell me things. And, so it was harder and I had to be taught all of the, history and which he didn't teach me that much. It wasn't, we were together a year and then I had to learn the rest on my own. And then I've learned a lot since I've moved up here to Boston. So,
So, making your way from Texas to
mhm.
Boston, like how were you able to make that move? That's awesome.
That was 2 years ago, almost exactly. I moved on Thanksgiving Day 2 years ago. I had been married for 13 years, raised kids, um, was going through a divorce, and my kids are all grown. And they're like, you know what, mom? You just do you've always wanted to move to Boston. We're fine. You go. And so I literally just sold everything in my house and packed up my Kia Telluride. Whatever could fit in there is what I brought and moved over here. Luckily, I had some good friends that I'd met through the Red Sox and, Twitter and all that, and was able to have a roommate when I first moved up here, and she was wonderful. Like that helped a lot. And so, yeah, it was, I don't, at the time I thought, am I crazy or am I brave? And I think it was kind of a mixture of both, but at
No,
least it's
that's so
worked out.
awesome. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that could be like scary but exciting. I think all at the
Yes,
same time. Did you get to go
definitely.
visit Boston a lot before you fully made your move? Did you get to come to Fenway pretty often or anything?
Not often because I raised a bunch of kids, but after they were grown, then I would come more. Um, and so, yeah, I didn't get to venture outside of like Kenmore Square like
Mhm.
much when I would come to visit. So it was actually super surprising when I got here and how beautiful everything is. And I sometimes I'm driving to work or on the way home, and especially with the seasons change, and I'm driving, and all of a sudden I'm like, I live in Boston. I moved to Boston. So like sometimes I'm like, whoa, yeah. So yeah, I love it. It's I don't regret it. I mean it's expensive. I feel broke a lot of the time, but but that's just that it's worth it to me.
So
Definitely
I'm
worth it.
also from Texas,
Yes.
and do you ever miss things like Whataburger or Tex
Oh
Mex or
yeah.
anything?
Food completely. I miss, and I'm Cajun, so I'm from like my family's from Louisiana and moved to Texas. Like not me, I was born in Louisiana. I miss Whataburger. I do miss because that was the place that was open all night. And if I wanted to
Hmm.
just hop in the car and go at night and get something, I do miss that. I do miss Tex-Mex. I also miss like authentic Mexican food that a lot of my friends would make. And I definitely miss crawfish, boiled crawfish. I'm a
Hmm.
huge fan of that. I've tried to get some from here. It's not the same. So, but yes, that I do miss. That's really besides my friends, family, kids. That's all I miss from Texas. Is
No,
that.
same. I do like football. I will say I'm a big football fan.
Okay.
It's tough, like in Maine, no one really cares about college football, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to watch my team. No one
Yeah. Yeah.
cares.
So are you in Portland?
I am, yes, I'm in
Okay.
Portland, Maine. I
I
also
love
don't
Portland
miss
also.
Texas like that.
Yeah.
Like the summers were brutal.
Horrible.
Yeah, I don't miss like sweating through my
Mm-mm.
clothes.
No, mosquitoes, like a lot of
Yes.
mosquitoes. Like at least where I was from is a little more humid. But yeah, that's what I don't miss that at
Yeah.
all. And I love the people. A lot of people say, well, people in the north aren't as friendly, aren't as nice. But I find that there are a lot of nice people. It's like
Hmm.
even when I would go like walking, jogging, everyone talks to me. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, how are you doing?" So it's not like when you're like in New York City and you just kind of look down at the side, at
Hmm.
the pavement and don't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's super friendly. So,
Yeah, no, I
uh,
love that. Kind of
hmm
getting into though the Sox Addict platform.
hmm
What kind of sparked the idea? How did that come to be?
Okay, so actually, I can't take credit for the Sox Addict shirt. What happened was I was on MySpace, if anybody remembers that. And I had like a Red Sox MySpace. And back whenever Jared had like Sox Space and all that, like, Section 10 Jerry Cromas. But um, so like I just had this Red Sox, mostly just Red Sox fans and friends. And I saw this company put this shirt. It said Sox Addict. And I was like, haha, that's hilarious. I was like, this is amazing. So then Red and I formed like a friendship, and he's like, I'll send you shirts. Can you model for me? And so I did that. And then I was like the girl you like clicked on his blog, his page, to like order the shirts. And so then I changed my name to Sox Addict because I'm like, that's me. And and so that happened. And then through that, like through the years, I've tried to promote shirts and everything for him. And then um, Twitter, I made a Twitter, made the Socks Addict, and I'm still just promoting for him. I keep getting scared my cat is gonna like knock down the camera. I'm like, but anyway, so a couple years ago, grab her. She is. I like have everything is gonna fall like if she knocks anything over. Anyway, so a few years ago, he was like, "Look, 99% of the shirts have been sold by you, so I would like to make you partner, and you get half of whatever, and you can make decisions." He's like, basically, I want you to do whatever and so I was like, okay. So I took like a more active uh, role in that, and love it. I've known him for over 20 years, and he's a great business partner. Uh, so yeah, that's how that happened. And we try to, we have people that'll give us ideas. Like some of our shirts, like TC said Massachusetts, that's where that shirt came from. Or Will Middlebrooks and I have worked on a couple shirts together, which that was for Kike, and then there was another one for someone else. They're not even on the team anymore, so we don't even have those shirts. But we've worked with them, like if they would say like during the game, oh, we need to ask them like to make a shirt, we'd be like, oh, that's us. Let's make a shirt that says that. But now a lot of people are making shirts, so
Hmm.
it's a lot different, than it was at that time because everybody's learned how easy
Hmm.
it can be to to make them. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. So you
that's how
guys
that goes.
started in the MySpace days, kind of. Do you know
Yes,
like,
yes.
what exact year it was?
Um, Back then when I he started making the shirts in like I think 2005, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even 2004. But I'm trying to think when I had my MySpace. It was after that. Uh, so probably like 2007. And and then he had his Surviving Grady blog. Like he has a book. I don't know if you know that he's the author of a book, Surviving Grady. He started a blog after 2003, Surviving Grady Little. And he started that book and had like his website and everything. And he actually used to be like, some of the models that they used to use were from Barstool. Like he used to, when it was actually a
Okay.
magazine, they would like promote his stuff back then. That was way a long time ago. He's not affiliated with them anymore, but at that time. So sometimes I'll have these pictures, these older pictures that I'll share, and I'm like, these are the hot Barstool girls.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So
Is your
yeah.
family super big into like baseball as well? Is it kind of more just your thing?
No, my kids definitely, they love it. They were told that they're never allowed to date a Yankee fan, and that was pretty serious. When they had friends come over, they had something Yankees on, they had to leave it outside. So I remember one time somebody in front of us had a Yankee sticker on their vehicle, and my daughter was like, "Oh my God, they have a bad word on their vehicle." Like they really just thought it was like, the worst thing ever to be a Yankee fan. So
Did you
I feel
ever
like,
get teased about being a Red Sox fan in Texas? I
oh,
remember
oh
growing
yeah,
up, I got teased a lot, but then
yes,
we also won the World Series a
yes.
lot more than the Rangers
Right, right, right.
did.
Yes. Matter of fact, like at church, my pastor one time, when was it? Last time, not the last time, but the Astros, like 2022, no, 2021, whenever. But oh yeah, because we went to the playoffs. Yeah, so that was 2021, and my pastor, like from the stage, like is like, he's just talking and he's like, I could say the Red Sox won the World Series. I could say, but is it true, Melissa? Did the Red Sox win the World Series? And I'm just sitting there like, really? Thanks. Like, thank you. Yeah. And I've had like, I uh, sing, and so there's times we have like a confidence monitor and the like where we can see it with the mic and it has the lyrics. And one time the sound man and the media man put um let's go Yankees like over and over again while I'm singing, and instead of the words. So that was fun. So
That's too
yeah.
funny. So now that you are in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
how many Red Sox games do you typically go to throughout the season?
If you last year I went to a lot more minor league games. This year I only went to Hadlock like twice, and but last year I went to a lot of so not this season but the season before. First season I went to a lot of Woo Sox games, and one at Hadlock. My first one was season before last. Here I at first I lived in when I first moved here I lived in Framingham, so it wasn't as easy to get to games. But this past year I don't know how to put like a number on it, but I tried to go at least once every time, like for every homestand,
Mhm.
sometimes more. So that was because at the last minute I could just decide to go because I live like 5 miles from Fenway, so it's
Oh, that's
not bad.
awesome.
Yeah,
Um, when you go to these Red Sox games, do you ever get like recognized by people? Do people come up to you and like say anything?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. It actually happened the first time before I moved up here, and I'm standing in line and I'm with my son and my friend Christina, and somebody is like, oh, I think I follow you. I know. Are you Sox Addict? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And my kids were like, my son was like, oh my God, mom, you're famous. I'm like, no, it's not, it's not that. But it has happened. Even at the airport, the craziest time when I was leaving to go back to Texas, a lady recognized me, but she does wear the shirt. Like she
Mhm.
actually pointed at my shirt first. She recognized the shirt first, and I had the Devas Forever, like,
Mhm.
yeah, shirt on. And so yeah, she did. And so there have been, times when I've been like, somebody will be like, hey, Sox Addict or whatever. Yeah, it has happened. I feel like now that I live here and I'm there a lot, like doesn't happen as
Mhm.
much. And I feel like this year with having a real job, I haven't been able to be like as active. And I mean, I had a podcast for a while and there was that. And then, but I just haven't had time to do that. So
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah,
Um,
it's pretty good.
I know you mentioned like when you were moving back to Boston, you were able to kind of make those connections through like Twitter and stuff. Have you
Hmm.
kind of had made a lot of deeper connections and friendships like through this platform?
Oh, definitely. That's almost every person I know up here. Actually, I can't think of, well, except for my boyfriend. I met him on Bumble, but he's a Red Sox fan. But yeah, that's everybody besides work people and stuff like that I've met through Twitter. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it can be scary, but for the most part, I've had very good luck, been blessed to meet some really good people through there. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Did it make the move a little bit easier, maybe less scary since you like
Oh, for
found new
sure.
people?
For sure. I knew like, and that's, because I don't know if I could have just done that without
Hmm.
knowing people, and that would have been rough for sure. Like my roommate when I first moved in here, like she was a lifesaver. She got me a job. I don't work at that place anymore and I don't live with her anymore, but she helped so much to, and all through Twitter, I would come here. Like when I would come visit, she would pick my friend and I up from the airport. Like one time, we have the Back to Folk shirt and Keith was going to be in town and we had just started selling that shirt and he asked for a Back to Me shirt. And so we had given it to him, but he forgot it. So I'm up here and he's like, "Hey, I forgot that shirt. We were gonna do like a photo shoot." And he's like, "I forgot that shirt." So my friend Stephanie, she just like found somebody to make that shirt. Like she connected me with somebody to make a shirt real quick to have. So it was, yeah. And that was when I lived here. That was whenever I was traveling to
Oh,
come
that's so
visit. So
cool.
yeah.
How does it feel to kind of do something like that where you can actually meet the athletes and like make things for them that are a fan of? Like that's got to be so incredibly
Yeah,
cool.
it's really cool. It's cool. I've been friends with like him for years through like the internet, and so that was that. But to me, the only person that's like ever made me like nervous was Casas for some reason. I don't know why, because I don't get like nervous or I get excited, but not like nervous, not whatever. But my daughter was wearing one of the shirts we made for him, and he came right up to us and he was like, "Howdy, y'all." So I was like, "Does he know we're from Texas?" I don't know. Like, does he? Why did he say that? And then he offered to sign, like we didn't even ask him, and we were on the field and it just right away he came up to us and I was like, "Oh, do you see our shirt?" And for some reason, I think it's because it's not even like how he is as a baseball, but he's just such a different person. And to me, he's so interesting.
Mhm.
So it was like, and my daughter's a huge fan. I just bought her the jersey that she was wearing. So she was wearing the tank that we made. And I was like, "Look at her shirt." And he's like, "That's awesome." And so that was exciting. I mean, everybody else, it's cool and it's great. Like I've loved meeting, loved to get to try on different World Series rings. That's,
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, it's exciting. I never back, if you had told me like when I was coming here, like in the earlier 2000s, that I remember one time seeing Jason Varitek walk out of Fenway, like to go to his car when he still played, and like almost being like catatonic, like, "Oh my God, it's the captain, it's the captain." Couldn't even take out my phone to take a picture. And now it's like I'm friends with his wife, and like it's like this is just crazy. Like how did this happen? So yeah, it's
No, that's wild. I was gonna ask, like, when you started kind of doing all this on MySpace, did you think it was gonna grow
no,
to
no,
what
it was
it did?
it was literally at that time I've been divorced twice. I was going through my first divorce, and I just was really just like didn't want him to be able to find my MySpace. So I was like, "I will just make it a Red Sox MySpace." It was anonymous and didn't have my actual name on it. So that's how it started. And then it just morphed into something more. Then that's actually back then, I remember like because I wore the shirt and I was on Red's website, like then that's when people were like, "Oh, you're Sox Addict, you're Sox Addict." So it just stuck. And I was like, "Okay, I'll just be
Mhm.
Sox Addict is who I am. Can't help it." And it is an addiction. It's since I've lived up here, it's funny that maybe because I have a job, like I was a stay-at-home mom for years, which is a a very hard job. but like getting up every day, going to work again, like that's like, it's just, I'm like tired all the time. Plus I'm older. And so like it's harder to like in when I was there and stay at home mom and my kids were pretty much grown, I could spend all day just looking up Red Sox stuff. Oh, what's this rumor? What's this? What's going on here? What's this person's stats? What's this? Like I could look up all those things. Now I'm like, oh, what happened? When I'm having other people like text me and be like, something happened where I'm normally the person like, hey, this is happening or this might happen. So it's working has been
Yeah.
no, I'm not whining, complaining because I'm glad that I have a job that I can live up here, but it's definitely taken away some of my time to spend
Mhm.
on the Red Sox. So
I know you mentioned like when you first started, the players didn't really have social media, so it wasn't as easy to follow.
right.
Do you have any players in particular that you enjoy following, or is it just kind of like the whole team?
Um like following on social media.
Yeah.
Hmm. Never thought of that before. Uh hmm. That's a good question. It's funny because I love watching, as a former player, but I love watching JBJ and his wife and their family.
Hmm.
I love watching their stuff. And they've both, he's been very nice to me. He's been on like a podcast, did a video for my podcast before. So just because it's so wholesome and sweet, I love that.
Yeah.
Um, I love watching the controversial type people that are just that are funny. What's this person gonna say?
Mhm.
Bregman was fun to watch during the playoffs, like when he, the movie things he would do, like the different. It just I'm trying to think if there's just someone I'm leaving out that like I'm gonna be like, oh, that's who it was. Uh, I like that. So, like how some do interact. There's not, not a lot that do.
Hmm.
I remember my favorite follow ever that I freaked out over because I didn't even follow him, not Red Sox anymore, but Don Orsillo followed me, and
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't follow
Oh my
him, and
gosh.
I remember being like, oh my god, Don Orsillo followed me, and I just like that was my one of my favorite follows, and then when Wade Boggs followed me, I was like, oh, this is cool. And it's funny because he was on my podcast for like a birthday thing. And so he texted me his video he was going to put on it. So I'm always like, ooh, Wade Boggs is in my phone. I don't text him except that I have sent him a shirt, but like, I don't like text him, but it's just crazy that he's just in there. I'm like, this is
Mhm.
cool. Like when sometimes I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I would never have thought that
Yeah.
just because I like first just modeled shirts and
Right.
then started creating them and marketing them that I would get to know these people. So it's been really cool. Like when TC during the pre and post show when we made the TC Army shirt, he like promoted it on there, and I just never ever thought that like during a game or like in the pre and post show that would happen. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Kind of
Yeah.
going on the flip side of this, I know there's always those obnoxious, internet trolls or people that just, I think, are just jealous and have nothing better to do with their
Yeah, yeah,
time. How
yeah.
do you kind of handle that when people kind of post ugly comments and stuff?
Years ago, like 2012, 2013, I think that was the first time I ever had somebody just be horrible to me. And it was devastating to me. I cried, I was hurt, and I don't even know if it was a Red Sox fan. I don't know what the whole situation was, but it was bad. And they were even threatening, like telling my friends that were defending me to unalive themselves. Like they were like going just horrible. That was horrible. Through the years, I don't get offended like I used to. There's times, but it's typically when it happens is I'm defending someone else,
Hmm.
and then I say, "Hey, this isn't right." Then they go just crazy. Or another guy said something about body parts, and I was like, that's inappropriate. And then it was, to this day, still he will comment on my YouTube videos or anything and be like, this girl knows nothing about baseball, this girl, like whatever. Like I so it's just these, and I don't know like what, if I could have done something different, or if it's just these people just aren't happy. But I've had a couple, like people, a few people I've had to block, and you just
Mhm.
have to decide that you're not going to let it bother you. It does feel good when people come to your defense when that happens. Um, but I would rather them never have to do that because it is not fun. But there's a lot of, especially being a female who loves sports. It's always, oh, you're just a pick me, you're just
Mhm.
whatever. Like I've literally turned almost every person I've dated, married, whatever, into a Red Sox. Not my current one because he's always been a Red Sox fan, but like turned, like been like they like I influenced them, not the other way. Now, of course, yes. And when I that guy I dated years ago, um, yes, he did turn me into it, and I did it stuck, um, but besides that, I think they just don't want. It's just like I don't know what motivates them if they really just think that women don't get it or women can't
Mhm.
just like they're like, oh, you just want to see the guys in the pants. I'm like, I actually am not attracted to baseball players. Like it's just I'm not into athletes. It's so that's not why. Of course, there have been a few that I thought were very, very attractive, but that's not why
Mhm.
I watch. And so that's been the thing that's been, and especially when they're like, I'm gonna quiz you or whatever, and then I'm like, fine. First couple times I was like, okay, I'll do it. Sure, ask me a question. But then I was like, would you do this to a guy that was saying this? I'm not gonna entertain it. But I would be like, back then I had the podcast, and I would be like, I had this game called Who's the Man, and it's like a card game. It has different hints about different people that are affiliated with the Red Sox organization, and it'll have different things for the players. And so I'm like, come on there, go against me on there. We'll see. Or some kind of on the show. Like let's do this for real.
No, I love that. That's one of my favorite things is like finding that community of women who are also really passionate about sports,
Yes, yes.
especially baseball. So my next question is, so there are a lot of women that are passionate about the sport that maybe want to be able to do all the awesome things that you do. What advice would you give to them if they, maybe don't know where to start?
I would just say you have to just start. Didn't go into this with that plan. Um I kind of did with the podcast, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great, and then it didn't go like as great. Like I thought it was gonna do better. But I didn't plan it out. I say you just write down your plan.
Hmm.
You just make it happen. You just start making steps toward it, and you just do it. Like it doesn't have to be perfect when you start it. Just do it. Just get out there. And I say, to me, I feel like what I am known for more than anything is kindness.
Hmm.
It's like even when somebody's being mean, I still try to be kind. And I'm not saying that everybody could do that, especially in Boston. Like I know that's like a southern thing, but I'm serious when I say I really just try to be nice to everyone. And not that I haven't had my days, but yeah, I would just say just go for it, just do it. Find you people that you want to like, not necessarily copy, but just like be in that realm, that vein of how you want to do things, and watch them, and then just do it because it's needed. I think it's needed. We need more of a community and a tighter knit for women because it's just we got to stick together.
Yeah. Do you have
Hmm.
a favorite Red Sox memory so far?
I think it's probably when my son came for his first game because he was an adult, and matter of fact, behind me is like a picture of it, but the a friend of mine put in for them to like put on the jumbotron, and
Mhm.
it was like the Red Sox welcome Dominic LaBeouf and Melissa Sox Addict to Fenway Park, and for him to like go to his first game when his whole life he was a fan. I just had too many kids to just take a trip to, so, and I couldn't take one, so it had to be later on in life when he was an adult. and having him here. And then when all of my kids came up to visit, the first summer I was up here, and they all like got to go on the field with me, and um, they just, for them being there for the first time and seeing it like all together, that was like a dream come true. I mean, I dreamt of that all their whole lives, since they existed, and it was a beautiful thing. I'm always going back and looking through videos, and we beat the Yankees, like, and we won that series against the Yankees, and so that made it that much more. And then Mr. Brightside came on, and they were just singing at the top of their lungs, and it was so great. Like,
Aw.
it was that to me was a very special memory. So.
So I remember, I think I was 18, I bought the iconic Sox Addict t-shirt, but I was wondering,
Mhm.
other than that one, do you have any favorite pieces of merchandise you like to wear?
I like the one that's, I'm like looking to see if it's where's that. Beside that's mine or just in general.
I guess just in general, like if
Oh,
you
just
have a favorite that you've
oh.
like modeled and
Um, I love my like jackets. Like I have my Sea Dogs jacket right here. Like I love
oh,
this one.
oh yes, yes, that's like an iconic one too. I
I
love
got
the
this for
teal.
but I have the
Mhm.
Red Sox one from the '90s also. This is like an extra room in my apartment, and there's a huge rack right here with like just all Red Sox clothes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then this jacket, a friend of mine that I met through Twitter, it was his when he was younger,
Oh, cute.
and
I really like that.
yeah, yeah, and he sent it to me because it doesn't fit him, and so I was like, it's one of my favorite things. Um, I don't know. I like jackets. I like this one with the rhinestones on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but also, if I were to say for like um right now, like things I made, I love the Wally head shirt that
Hmm.
we made, and I want the hoodie. I haven't gotten it yet, but I love that one because I love Wally, and I love Tessie.
Hmm.
Tessie is actually a good friend of mine. So um yeah, so so I love that shirt. I'm trying to think. I have all the like old World Series different things that I love, and then when you add that my boyfriend and we're together, like all his stuff, then it just like
Hmm.
doubled everything we have. He has the hoodie that looks, it's a Red Sox hoodie, but it looks like a hockey hooky as a hooky
Hmm.
hoodie has like like the strings or whatever, the lace, and I love that one. So I'll steal that one from him every once in a while. But yeah,
So for my
yeah.
final question, do you
Sure.
have any future plans for the platform or like any goals or anything?
Red and I have talked about starting, instead of socksaddicts.com just being like our where you buy the shirts, that it actually be its own like webpage, because he does own the webpage, but he's just been using it to connect to Bonfire for the shirts. But we've wanted to like maybe have it be like Red Sox news, Red Sox like and have a few writers for us, or and then have that on there, and then also have where you can buy merch. And we've wanted to branch out into doing other types of merch. And I've also wanted to do, besides that, like instead of having my podcast how it was before, it would just be Sox Addicts, but it would be focused on the fan experience and how they became a fan, and more about the fans and the actual addicts than, because there's so many podcasts with Sox news and all that, and I feel like there's nothing really I can add to that. Just
Mhm.
having another person with an opinion, I would rather get to know the people and talk to the people, and have them, know their experiences that they've experienced being a Red Sox fan. That's something I want to do. I just making it happen and finding the time
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah.
So
No, I totally understand that. But thank you so much.
no, thank you
This
for
was so
having me.
fun.
Yeah, you're wonderful.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll chat again soon. XOXO, Chelsea.